Hi, my name is Jenny Tennant and I am part of the Careers, Employability and Enterprise team here in Liverpool John Moores University. This video is to help and support you setting up and creating your LinkedIn account. So what is LinkedIn and why should you be using it? LinkedIn is the largest networking website that allows you to make connections with people from a variety of professions all over the world. As well as making these connections, it can also support you in finding the right job for you and help you to gain industry knowledge. So where can you start? So we're going to have a little look today at these four main areas. So the first thing we're going to do is have a little look at your profile and how you can make it more effective and the things that do need to be included. We'll also show you how you can make connections and how you can participate within groups, how you can interact with people and share your own achievements and knowledge, and finally how you can use LinkedIn to search and apply for jobs. Let's take a look at a LinkedIn profile. So this is the training profile that we've created for this video. When setting up your LinkedIn account, LinkedIn will then include some of the information into your profile for you. So for example, your name, your course and university, they'll already appear on your profile. So for example, we've created one for Sam Jones, who is a business student at LJMU. So they're already being included. What we've then gone on to do is we've included a profile image here of Sam Jones. So we've made sure that it is a recent professional head-shoulder shot of Sam. And the reason being is statistics show that LinkedIn members that do have a profile picture do receive far more engagement and connection requests. So it is useful to make sure that they are recent and up-to-date photographs. It's also good if you can change your background image over here. And it just shows that you've taken more time to personalise your profile and you've not just left it with the generic image that LinkedIn provides. The first thing that anyone will see about you is your profile picture and your headline. So your headline is this information here that we mentioned earlier. It's also useful if you do want to add an additional line into your headline. So maybe you want to describe what you're passionate about, or if you are currently looking for some work experience. And by doing so, you are using keywords within your LinkedIn profile as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about these keywords a bit later on. When someone does click to look onto your profile, these will be the first things that they will see, and then they will start to scroll down and they will come to this section here, which is a summary about you. So we'll just expand that a bit more so you can have a little look. So this section here, it's worth spending more time on, as it is the main thing that people who are looking at your profile are going to read about you. So you might want to use a couple of short paragraphs maybe just to give an overview of your current studies, your experience, and what your interests are. You can also use bullet points within this section as well as paragraphs, but I would refrain from using solely just a bullet point, maybe mix it up. It's also good if you can start to use some keywords that relate to your industry, your interests and things like that. And the reason being is LinkedIn, they do use an algorithm. And what this is doing, it'll be picking out the keywords, and by doing so it will recommend possible connections with similar keywords and also match you to recruiter searches to potential candidates as well. So what you can do, if there's a scroll back above, you'll be able to see you can show recruiters that you are open to work. So again, that's personalised to you. If you do want to show them that you are looking for work and that you are happy to be provided with job matches, then you can set that as and when if you want to. Another area that you need to include and keep up to date, if we scroll further down, is the experience and education sections. And by clicking on the plus sign up here, you can add additional work experience and qualifications. It's the same kind of layout and so on. Or if you need to edit the current ones that are there, you can just click onto the pencil to edit them. It's really, really important that you do remember to enter the organisation name, the job title, the dates that you've worked there, and a brief description of the roles as well. And again, in this section, if you do want to use bullet points, that is fine. If you have got volunteer work experience, please include that, and it's got its own section. So, make sure that you do make the most of that if you have got that, because that's a great asset to have and keep onto your profile as well. And for the education section, we'll just go back up again. On the education section, it is very similar to the experience, but obviously this is going to relate to your qualifications. So you can enter all of those onto there. And if you are currently studying, then you can put in your expected grades as well. So we'll scroll a bit further down. Another section which is important to have and include is the skills and endorsements. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of skills here for Sam Jones that we've already listed. And the reason being, it's recommended that you do list between 15 and 30 of your key skills. If you are unsure what those might be for yourself, then you can take the skills quiz, which is a bit further up, provided by LinkedIn, or you can take the LGMU Careers 24/7 Strengths Assessment as well. That is available for you to support you finding out what your key skills are from that as well. So by entering a range of skills, again, the algorithm will use these keywords and again will match you to potential connections and possible groups that you might be interested in joining. In addition to listing these skills, once you have started to make connections, these people that you've connected with will also be able to endorse you to confirm that you have got these skills as well. So that is, again, really useful for employers to see that you have been endorsed, that people have actually seen that you do possess these skills. So if you did want to continue adding to your profiles, these are the main areas that you need to start up with. And they do take a bit of a time to enter some of the information. But once the main areas are on there, then they are fine. You just need to keep updating them with any other changes. But if you do have any other sections that you want to include, or you've missed a bit, you can go back to Add Profile section and you can find out a little bit more about some of these areas that you also might want to include. So for example, if you have got a website or a blog, you might want to add some additional links to that in there as well. So now that your profile is up to date, you can start with making connections. So straight away, you can start by adding your family, your friends, people that you've worked with, and so on. You can straight away go straight to the search bar and type them in, or you can click on your network. And you can have a little look here, and there will also be some suggestions that LinkedIn will be suggesting to you as well from who you've mentioned in your keywords as well. So they'll be kind of popping up. So straight away, if I want to add a work colleague, I will begin typing in their name and see what comes up. You might get a list of a range of different people, or you might want to see all of the results. So I know this is the person that I definitely want. I'm going to click on the profile just to double check, and it is. And I want to make my connection, so I just say connect. Now, it is kind of a good etiquette to start including a note to the people that you do want to connect with. So just to say how you know them, just as a little reminder, and why you want to connect with them. So you would type that in there and press on send. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel this one off. So you would send that one across. So once you've done that, then it's up to them then whether they will accept or if they want to decline your connection invitation. But any invitations that you do have or sent or connections will be within this My Network section. And your connections are over here. So far, Sam Jones has got two connections in there. If I click back onto it again, where it has no pending invitations, anyone who wants to connect with me will be in that section here. And there's lots of other things that you can also connect with. So it doesn't have to be just people. You can also follow hashtags, you can follow groups, and so on. So to follow a group, you might just want to look for a keyword. So for example, Sam Jones is really interested in social media. And then as you can see, we can look for in jobs, in services, people, or groups. So I'm just going to click onto groups and see which ones I might be interested in. So I could scroll down because there's going to be a lot of them, but I think I'm going to be happy with this one. So professionals working with digital marketing, social media. So maybe this one's for Sam. So we're going to click onto it. And Sam can request to join the group, or she might want to read a bit more about the group, who is involved in the group, and so on. Find a bit more information. So it's as easy as that really to join a group. Once you are within the group, you'll be able to find out a little bit more then. So maybe you'll be able to see on your news feed, anyone that's posted within the group, you'll be able to see all the different connections and so on. So talking about news feeds, we'll go to home. And on here, everything that you like, so whether it be an organisation, a person that you're connected with and so on, it will tailor your news feed so you can start seeing whatever those are on here and you can respond to them as well. Okay, so to do an organisation, how you can connect with them, we'll just type in LJMU, click on LJMU, and then as you can see, I am already following it. So I can put onto here, I can unfollow, or I can follow them again, and so on. So now that I'm following them, every time that they make a post, that will appear onto my news feed. Other things I can have a little look at, if I scroll down, some really useful things. I can connect with alumni. So I can do a search maybe for people who have been on my course previously. I can type my course details in there, maybe the years I want to send it to, or maybe once I've left university and I want to stay in touch with certain people, I might have forgotten the surnames or so on, I can find them that way. And it's really useful to see what people have gone on to do, maybe gone into the possible careers that I might be interested in, and I might be able to approach them that way as well. So now you've created an up-to-date profile and you have got connections, the next step is to begin interacting with the post. So if we go back onto home, we'll have a little look here. So your newsfeed, as I've already mentioned, is this section here, and it will consist of basically all of the people, the groups and organisations that you have made connections with or follow. So you'll be able to make comments if I scroll down. So say for this one, for example, if you wanted to make a comment, or if you wanted to like or leave another emoji on there, you can do, or you can share it. So whichever one you feel, it's totally up to you. You can also create your own posts. So if you scroll up, and you can start creating your post at the top. So you just basically type in anything that you want to start talking about. You might want to include some images or some hashtags, videos, any additional links. Please make sure that you do have a little look at who you are setting this post to. So if you have got selected anyone, that means anyone on or off LinkedIn can see your post, or you might just want to change that to your connections only. That is totally up to you. Once you're happy with your post, you just click onto the post and it will then appear on your newsfeed and all of your connections. And the same if you are doing the post within a group. Within the group, it will only post within the group. So only those members should be able to see it. So please don't feel pressured into making a post. These posts should be meaningful, maybe to share your achievements, to be used as a research tool, to be asking questions or looking for new connections. You don't have to just be posting for posting's sake. And finally, another great tool on LinkedIn is the job search. So you can select the job icon, which is just here. And once you've done that, you can either enter in what job it is that you are looking for. So maybe you're into social media manager and the area that you would like to find. So straight away on here, we've already got some search results and so on. You can also set some job alerts up. So we'll just go back, just come back into this. If you want to set a job alert up, and what that will do is it will go off any of your previous searches that you've done, and it will send you some notifications to let you know of any new jobs that relate to that previous search requirements that you have set. So that's also a very useful tool if you want to be doing more frequent job searches. And LinkedIn can also recommend jobs as well that you might be interested in going off your previous searches and again your keywords from your profile. So what you can do, we'll have a little look. So if I scroll down, say possibly that we are interested in this job role. So you can have a little look at it. If you're really interested in it, you might want to apply for it as well. So if you want to apply, it might take you back over to the organisation's website and it might ask you to do an application form and so on. There is a different option. So for example, you can see this one over here says easy apply. So if I click onto this one, which is a different job, easy apply is completely different. So this means that you will apply through LinkedIn. So please make sure that your profile and all your information is up to date, because by applying in this method, it will basically give them access to your profile, the employers, and they'll be able to do your application basically off your LinkedIn profile rather than doing an application form or CV. They will be using your profile for this. So it is really useful and a lot quicker as well. So another useful tip that we can do is if you would like to include your LinkedIn profile on your CV, is you can include your URL straight to your profile. But let me just show you how you do this. So you can just click on your edit profile URL. But as you can see, if we were to include this one for Sam, it's got a load of numbers at the very end and it doesn't look very professional. So we can edit this. So just click onto the pencil. And then what you can do is you can change this slightly. But obviously there's going to be a lot of Sam Jones. So we might just want to use her middle name, Sam Ann, and press save. Hopefully no one else has got it, which is brilliant. And it says success. So we know now it just looks a little bit more professional, and it can also help an employer to search for Sam a lot easier rather than having to remember all of those numbers at the end. It might make a mistake. So that is really a top tip to be using as well if you are including it onto your CV. Another useful thing is here where we've got edit visibility. If this is turned on, what this means is if you do go onto anyone else's profile to have a little look, which is great, they will get a notification to say who has been on there on what day they looked at their profile, and vice versa. If anyone does go onto your profile, you can also see who has been onto your profile and when they accessed it as well. You might want to turn this off, or you might want to leave it on. It is really useful if you do leave it on, because then you can see if any potential employers or connections, and you might want to then connect with them further. So I hope you have found this video useful. So we have come to the end of today's video. And I do wish you good luck with your LinkedIn profiles.